it's time for another G.I. Joe toy review. And today we're going to take a little walk back to 1988 and look at the 88 Toxo-Viper, also known as the Leaky Suit Brigade. So, and he hit the shelves in 88, as aforementioned. He was on the pegs until 1990. He was a part of Series 7. Original retail price on this guy was $2.55, and his first comic book appearance was in the Marvel Comics issue number 20 from the Special Missions. Pretty cool cover on that one. It shows Snow Job jumping over one of the Cobra vehicles, the Arctic Wolf, I think it is, but hey, I may be wrong. I'm just shooting off from the hip here. So let me pull those pictures up for you. Also pictures of the his card back and everything. So let's take a look. All right, so here he is, the Toxo-Viper. I really think he could have gone in with the Eco Warriors and been on the side of Cesspool. So I do know a lot of collectors say that they put him in that category, and they even display him with the septic tank. And for those of you who do not know what the septic tank is, this is my spare septic tank. So let's go ahead and keep that in the background to distract you. Yeah, it is bright, bright, bright. I already reviewed it. All right, so let's go ahead and start with his accessories. Now, this is the backpack that he came with. You can see has a lot of detail on it. Has these hoses on the sides. The problem that you'll run into with these backpacks, it looks normal as it is, but it comes with these little air tanks that attach right here. Some people cut these off. I do not know why. So you need to look for those air tanks if you're looking for one. If the backpack looks like this, it is not complete. This is a complete backpack. Has the air tanks attached. Not exactly sure how it's supposed to fit on him. I put it on up in this position so that whatever he's blowing out of those tanks or whatnot goes out underneath him. Some people put it on that way, as you can see the helmet doesn't want to stick. So the air blows over his shoulders, and the backpack seems to fit a little bit better in that position. So since his helmet is falling off, let's go ahead and take a look at it. Very cool looking helmet. It is made from a hard plastic. You see it's multicolored. It's this really cool shade of blue. There's some chocolate brown in there, some burnt orange, a little bit of sunflower yellow. A little art lesson for you guys. Very cool helmet. Very space age looking. Has these hoses attached to the front. This appears to be a filtration mask and some sort of a light here at the top. It does fit on, and he looks really good with it on, actually. Taking a look at what is described as a pistol. This was later used multiple times with the action figure, or with action figures in the 90s. This is a very space age looking weapon. Some nice detail on there. Came with this hose. The hose attaches to the gun and to the backpack. I very rarely played with the hoses as a kid. I just found them cumbersome and they got in the way. But occasionally I would if I really felt like giving them all their gear. So the backpack and hose go together, such as that. And whatever he's carrying in this backpack, he's spraying out of his gun. And the Toxo-Viper himself, clad in Cobra purple. Dr. Mindbender, I think, was the first to appear in this color. He has these nice red gloves, black rubber boots with splashes of blue around it. His waist piece is rather plain because he's wearing this purple chemical suit. Mean look on his face. He has air filters here on his balaclava. He has this blue breathing apparatus on his chest that wraps around to the back. Pretty cool figure. Not on my list of favorites. He's cool, definitely, but it's one that I'm just impartial about him. Okay, looking at his file card, you could see it was clipped off of his card back. It reads, codename Toxo-Viper, Cobra Hostile Environment Trooper. Cobra Toxo-Vipers are thrust into battle situations mainly to create a foul and unsuitable environment. So it's chemical warfare, thus giving the upper hand to Cobra. Their battlesuit is moderately airtight and resistant to most solvents. And the suit was made completely impervious to atmospheric dangers. It would be awkward, slow-moving, and most importantly, expensive. Cobra leaders felt that Toxo-Viper should be encouraged to get their jobs done as quickly as possible, unburdened by the heavy and expensive equipment. Quotation here, it says, needless to say, being a Toxo-Viper is not something a Cobra trooper aspires to be. In fact, the assignment is meted out as a punishment for major offenses. And the mere threat of being transferred to the Leaky Suit Brigade is enough to keep even the most, that word down at the bottom, obstreperous. Okay, it's OBSTREPEOUS, troops in line. It says H1 in the corner, so this was after 88, so maybe 89 or 90. So whenever you see an H1 in the corner, it is a second run. Like the Desert Scorpion, the Toxo-Viper is a punishment position. It mentions that in the Desert Scorpion's file card. I do have him. I will be reviewing him in October when I do my seasonal weird and obscure Joes. It's not, I just don't focus on the scary ones, just ones that I find to be weird. So if you're looking for this guy on the aftermarket, I found 5 pages full of this guy. Relatively inexpensive. The later versions, or the later figures thus far, are selling cheap. Knock on wood, they stay that way. It's the earlier figures that are fetching the higher price. I'm wanting to say from 82 to 86 are the ones that people are really after, and those are the more expensive ones. Pardon me, my voice just cracked. Thought I outgrew that years ago. So just trying to catch my breath here. He's, like I said, he's not my favorite guy. I'm very impartial about him. I needed to collect or complete 88 year for figures, and he was part of that, so I bought him. Outside of that, I've been getting requests from a long time ago to review him, and I never had him up until just recently. So if you guys are still watching, I'm sorry I forgot who you were. It's been such a long time, but here's your Toxo-Viper. Do apologize for the length of time it took for me to find one at a decent price. So that leads me up to my favorite segment, Byron's Gripes. If are looking for him, there are many, many of them out there available. Most are up for auction. For those of you just joining me, I get these prices off of eBay for the mere convenience. I don't collect quote auction prices because they are very fluid. I only do the fixed prices and make fun of the higher prices. I'm not doing that to make fun of eBay or the sellers, just for entertainment value, and it does frustrate me seeing that these things are so expensive. And there are literally tens of thousands of them out there still. Especially these army builders. They're getting to be a little more scarce because people are collecting them and building up armies. I like to have 2 of every figure. I don't get greedy when it comes to the army builders. So, that being said, if you're looking for this guy, the prices are pretty decent. There are a few that I can gripe about, but most of these will be under deal of the day. Complete, $23.99 up to $28.99. 28 is a bit expensive for just a complete action figure, no file cards or anything, but 23 is deal of the day. I paid around that much for this guy. Incomplete, he's missing a few accessories, $10.30 to $16.99. I'll put both of those deal of the day because his accessories are cheap, save for one, and I'll get to that. Complete with file card, $18.99 or $18 deal of the day to $24.99 deal of the day again, because it comes with the file card. His file card is anywhere between $5.99 and $7.99, and that's $7.99 is a little much for a file card, but $5.99 is about where a file card is being priced. I've seen some as low as $2 depending on the action figure. His helmet. Okay, here we go. His helmet, for some reason, is very expensive as far as an accessory goes, in my mind. $4.99 up to $12.99. Really? Why is this helmet so expensive? Yeah, it's really cool. This helmet is cool. I love the blue on there. I actually have a pair of scrubs I wear at work that are that color. The helmet is very cool. I like it. That's one of the accessories outside of the backpack that I really like about this action figure. I could give it rat's butt about the gun. But the helmet, why, guys, are you selling it for that much? It's ridiculous. Come on, be generous. I know people are you're trying to make money, that's great. But with these prices being this high, it's making it hard for children to buy these who are getting into G.I. Joe, who will keep G.I. Joe alive once old farts like me retire. Someday I'll stop doing these reviews. I'm not sure when. I will be collecting, I'm hoping, up until I can't collect anymore. I mean, I'm 45. Okay, I'm technically middle-aged, man. Turn 46 pretty soon. 4 years from my AARP card. It means 20% off at Denny's. Looking forward to that. So, all that being said, complete with his file card, $26.99 to $30. $30 is a bit expensive. $26.99 is on the cusp of being, are you kidding me? Mint and pack, $199.99. It means it's unopened. He has it in a nice little storage case, like what my Cobra Commander came in, one of those cases. But he has an or better offer, so you can negotiate with this guy. His file card, gun, and backpack as a combination is $9.99. The gun by itself is $2.99 up to $3.99. The hose, you can actually buy that at a hardware store. I don't see very many of those listed, but there are people that are selling a length of hose for $2.99 on up. Up to, I think the highest price I saw was $9.99, depending on how long it would be, how long you want, and you could cut it to the size you need. I didn't write down what his backpack is going for, but just to reiterate on the backpack, it should not look like that. It should, pop the hose off there, look like this. It should have the air tanks on it. It looks completely normal without them if you don't know what you're looking for. But I fortunately had a backpack with the air tank still attached. So look out for that, guys. I want to thank you all for tuning in. It's great seeing you guys every week. Getting good return on comments. I really appreciate that. I answer back as quick as I can. Just can't thank you guys enough. When you subscribe, it really makes me feel good that you like my content that much, that you're subscribing to my channel, and I do really appreciate that, and I will always appreciate that. I never thought I would get to 400 subscribers, and I have, and that's amazing. That really makes me feel good. Also, what was I going to say? Well, outside of staying tuned for a review every 2 weeks or every week, wash your hands, guys. COVID is coming back. It started getting better, but now it's getting worse because people are going out. We feared this, but we have to open up the states, have to let people get back to work. So please wear your masks. Please, it's very important that you wear those. I have a mask right here, the ear loops. Pull it down, bend it around your nose. This is the appropriate way to wear your mask. Not like this. They get hot, believe me, I know. Not like that. Not like this. You have to cover your mouth and nose. Some people say that it fogs up your glasses. Yes, it fogs up your glasses. You could simply fix that by gluing a strip of cotton. I'll do a little tutorial on this later, but a strip of cotton along the rim here. Keep it from fogging up your glasses. Even if you're saying, well, I'm breathing through my mouth. Yes, your mouth and your nose, guess what? They're connected. You take a breath through your mouth, it creates a negative pressure, and you suck air up into your nose. If you ever notice when your nose is stuffy and you breathe through your mouth, your nostrils kind of sink in? Yeah, it's connected. So you're still breathing in through your nose, even if you have your mouth covered. So wear it over your mouth and nose. Very important. So anyway, thank you very much for tuning in. I do greatly appreciate it. Stay safe out there. Be kind to everyone, especially be kind to animals. They know nothing but unconditional love. Thank you guys very, very much. I honestly do appreciate it. Please leave comments. Share this video. I'll help this channel grow. Because when I reach 500, I'll be holding another giveaway. Yes, yes, yes. And they are good prizes. This isn't stuff I don't want. It's stuff I would keep for myself. So, good prizes going out. Just look at my other giveaway videos and see what I did give out. Generous when it comes to other people, but myself, I'm a tightwad. So, thank you very much. Stay tuned for another review next week. This is Joe Motion Videos 82 signing off. Take care. See ya on Tuesday. Geez, that was the Cobra Wolf, not the Arctic Wolf. But I love that comic book cover. There's just very, exciting. It shows you what is going to happen in that comic. And what they're doing with a Toxo-Viper in the middle of a snowstorm is beyond me, but read the comic and you'll find out. Either that or they're just trying to sell a new action figure, one or the other. So I do not have any childhood memories of this guy aside from seeing him in the stores. And at that time, I wouldn't buy very many Cobra figures. They had to be really cool for me to buy Cobra figures. I was always buying the good guys. For some reason, I felt obligated to buy the good guys, even though the bad guys are so cool. It was just weird. I don't know why. Maybe influence from the cartoon that the bad guys or the good guys were always right, and they always won. So yeah, I would pass him up every time I saw him. So much to my dismay, I ended up with more Joes than I did Cobra, and it tipped the scales. But now it's opposite. I have more Cobra stuff than I do Joes. I even cosplay a Cobra figure, the Alley Viper, for those of you who don't know. So anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at this very cool action figure. I must thank John Hart. Purchased these from him on eBay. He was selling his son's action figures to help him get college money. So a lot of these are in fantastic shape, and he even was courteous enough to replace the O-rings. So John, thank you very much for sending this figure out to me. I greatly appreciate your generous prices. So let's go ahead and take a look at this figure.